And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes back with another market video. Look, it has been a long period of time since I've done 2 market videos each week, and the reason for that is mainly because the midweek stuff in 2K is either non-auctionable or kind of terrible in the case of majority of the Tuesday packs that we've received this year. Today that changed though. Today that changed with the SWISH set. I would be willing to say that this SWISH set is actually tighter than a vast majority of the Friday sets that we've received, honestly, through and through. Like, the cards in here are good. The concept is A+. Like, the concept is fantastic. The odds don't seem horrible, but I'm sure I just got lucky. I'm sure they're super bad for everyone else, to be honest. But let's go through the cards that we received. Now, first things first, the packs, you just have to assume that you're not going to get pack luck. Like, you know what I mean? The equal chance packs, I mean, they don't have the Invincible Curry in them, which whatever, you know, you kind of expected that, but the packs are not great, but they are a little bit cheaper. Look, I would say now that I've like calmed down off the high that was pulling Invincible Steph, like, you know, just kind of temper your expectations prior to opening any if you're going to do it. Just expect that you're going to just pull like, you know, regular versions of cards, you know, and like dynamic ratings golds and stuff. Just expect that before you even open it, unless you want to get super lucky and you get a holographic Plumlee, which is pretty tight. And I guess I'm just gonna quick sell this jersey, which is unfortunate. Like I said, all right, it probably just has a lot to do with the fact that I packed Curry, but I think these odds are good. But I'm starting to think that maybe I just got super lucky and maybe they're not that good, to be honest. So maybe avoid opening these, but at the same time, if you want to pull the trigger on a couple of them, expect to get nothing, but there is a possibility that maybe you luck out. Regardless, the players in the set are really good. So let's kind of cover some of those guys. First, we got Gary Bate in the second, which everyone's slurping up Gary the Bate in the second. Gary the Payton is what I called him. Look, is he as good as people are saying? I mean, yeah, he's all right. Like, he's fine, I guess. 6'3", 6'8" wingspan, so he's a very good defensive player. He's a very good point guard in general. 95 speed, 95 acceleration. The badge count is solid, a good mix of defensive badges and finishing badges. Not the greatest in shooting badges, just a lot of gold versions of the badges that we would like to see on Hoff, obviously, but every card can shoot at this point, so it really doesn't matter. He's not really missing anything. I mean, he doesn't have Circus 3's blinders or Lucky Number 7 or Chef or Clutch Shooter or Deadeye or, you know, kind of like an actually important number of badges. Now, Jump Shot 8 is his jumper, which is the same as like David Robinson and like Dominique. So he has the Dominique release with release 73 upper, same as like Danny Green and Diao and stuff. I'll be honest. I do not understand the hype that has surrounded this card. I really don't. He's a defensive stopper. He's a very good card overall. But people are talking about this card like it's the greatest budget card to ever grace my team. And, like, I don't see it. I don't really think his jump shot is the greatest personally. Maybe he's just really overpowered on next gen, and the fact that I'm playing over on current gen is causing me to not see it. Maybe I took the blue pill instead of the red pill. I don't know, dude, but I'm not a Gary Payton truther. I'm sorry. That being said, if you're looking for an elite level point guard, he's good. Like, there's not very many budget point guards too, so that has something to do with it, I think, to be honest. Then we got Seth Curry. You can only get this card from the market and through the locker code. And look, reality of the situation is he's not really that good. Seth Curry peaked in week 1 when we had the Sapphire Seth Curry. That was really, really good. He's got base 32, which is a release I really like. I know people hated on Norman Powell. I personally like this release. It does miss a decent amount of whites, though. But, like, this is basically like almost an invincible Seth Curry, which is a hilarious concept, to be honest. It really is. Badge count wise, I mean, he's everything you would expect. He's a sharpshooter that can play a little bit of defense. Like, is he worth 40K? No. I would say no. Even with the dynamic duo that he has with his dad, Dell, I don't think that he's necessarily worth it, like, at all. Now we move on to Dell. Dell is a 6 foot, I think he's 6'5". Yeah, but he looks smaller, dude. Honestly, he looks like 6'4", 6'3". Like, he looks about the same size as Bradley Beal sometimes. I swear he does. And look, same thing as Seth Curry. Like, he's going to be a decent shooter, obviously. And then that's about all he's really bringing to your team. He's not really bringing a whole lot of anything else. His jump shot is base 28, which is the same releases like Redick, Brunson, Moncrief. It's Wang's release as well. Michael Cooper, Vinny. So, I mean, it's a good release for sure. But once again, should you be spending $30K on Dell Curry? No, but I will say that Charlotte is notorious as, like, in regards to filling out a roster. So, like, if for whatever reason we have to use like 13 Charlotte players in like I was gonna say triple threat, but in like a spotlight sim situation, Dell Curry will be indispensable for that based solely on how trash the organization has been throughout the years. You know what I mean? And how little rights 2K has or uses. Unless we get an unless we get an Eddie Jones, then we're fine. You can tell I just got off work based solely on how much I'm misstepping here. JJ Redick. Defensive JJ Redick is kind of hilarious, to be honest. Like, it's just a hilarious concept. Like, he plays defense, he handles the ball, he dunks. I believe his main quote-unquote swish tendency, or his, like, I mean, they're basically glitched cards / out of position cards. The concept, like I said, is A++, dude, honestly. But, like, dunking JJ Redick is hilarious. 6'4", he does look a little bit bigger than that, maybe 6'5", but, like, he looks bigger than Dell Curry. I swear he does. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that. But like JJ Redick, catch and shoot, corner specialist, clamps, posterizer, mismatched, lucky number 7, blinder, circus, limitless, chef. Like, dude, he's really good. And he's got that same jump shot as Dell, which I think is really solid. Like I said, he's incredibly good. Also, like, did you expect that you were going to see a JJ Redick with a 98 driving dunk? I didn't. Like, 92 ball handle, like 90 perimeter defense, 85 interior, could be a lot better. But this card is really solid. You can get this card for like 10K MT. And honestly, for 10K, he's a really fun offline card to use. Is he the most meta card in the world? Would I recommend running him in like the streets of clutch time? I mean, not necessarily, but at the same time, like, he's good. He's really, really solid. Then we got Pascal Siakam. Siakam is one of the better cards that you can pick up for under 100K. That is no question about that. Jump shot 75. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally. I think it is a wee bit slow, but I'm very quick. It seems to be fine. I mean, I used Siakam forever, so it's not like I have a huge issue with that jump shot. I mean, used him and Jaylen Brown for months of this game's lifespan. Quick dribble style, Vince Carter's crossover, which I think is okay. Steph Curry's behind the back, which isn't great, but it's usable. I mean, everyone who uses Giannis is going to be running that, so it doesn't really matter, you know? The tendencies are elite. There's really nothing wrong with this card. He just has kind of a slow jump shot. That's it. But he is a 6'9" 2 guard as well, and he looks massive. Siakam's just good in general. He's going to be able to play the post. He's going to be able to shoot, facilitate, defend. I mean, there's not much he can not do, really, at the end of the day. Like, he's missing a few badges, certainly, yeah. Like, only gold limitless, I guess, is disappointing. I don't really think it's that big of a deal, but some people may rule it a deal breaker, but I personally don't feel that way. He's missing some dribbling badges, which I think is his, like, one hiccup, honestly, and he doesn't have chef, but whatever. For the most part, Pascal Siakam is the perfect 3-and-D 2 guard. Like, if that's kind of what you're looking for. Also, he plays the power forward just fine. It's just like when you have the option to play him at the 2 guard, I recommend doing so. But at the same time, like, he's just good. Like, he's a 3-and-D stopper, and if that's what you're looking for, he's got you. He doesn't have limitless takeoff, which I find very interesting. It's something I would recommend putting on him. Then we got Nate Thunder Thurmond looking at me all sultry, dude, trying to buy me a drink. Oh, that was bad. I should never do that. I don't know why this one has an additional Hoff badge and someone's spending 100,000 on it when you can get this card with one less Hoff badge for like way less than that. What Hoff badge is it? Like, it's not even something important, I don't think. Whatever. Nate Thurmond is without a doubt one of the best big men that you can buy in this game. Not just for 100K, but straight up period. Like, Nate Thurmond is ridiculous. He's a top tier power forward. Everything you love about someone like Jermaine O'Neal, you're going to find that to love with Nate Thurmond as well. Like, 92 speed. He's basically an invincible card. Like, the only things he has that are lower than a 90 are mid-range shot at 89, free throw at 88, speed with ball at 89, and ball handle at 86. Everything else is... Oh, and perimeter defense at 89. I'm sorry. Excuse me. That being said, I mean, 6'11", 7'2" wingspan. I mean, look at the badge count, dude. Like, he's got ridiculous defensive badges, and then he's going to turn around and also have like limitless quick first step, sniper, limitless takeoff. This card is dumb. Now, this is an indication of the type of cards that we're about to see relatively soon. It's really cool to see Nate Thurmond kind of get love. Makes grinding for Moses Malone absolutely non-existent and with no point to do so whatsoever, because you could buy this card for 70K and he's significantly better. As far as like what he needs, dribbling badges because he can move like crazy. Chef because he can move. Rhythm shooter would be helpful. Clutch shooter for sure, especially if he's starting. Other than that, Nate Thurmond is perfect right out of the box, and you can get him for around 70K, and I think he's absolutely worth that price for sure. No question. Yeah, I would say no question he's worth that price. He's fantastic. I want to pick him up tonight, to be honest. I'm waiting for him to get closer to the 60K range, but he's absolutely going to hold down the starting power forward slot. Unfortunately, this means my favorite card in the game for a long period of time, Power Within, Tim Duncan, is going to have to get kicked to the curb. I don't want to tell Tim Duncan to kick rocks, but it's unfortunately going to have to happen. But we are getting a GOAT one at some point, and at that point, well, Invincible, whatever, same shit. At that point, yeah, he'll come back to the squad. I got 4.4 million off my pack luck, dude. Shout out to Curry. I sold him for 1.4, I think, which isn't crazy, but I didn't put any Hoff badges on him. So, all right, then we got Dark Matter, Steph Curry. You can get this card for under 100K. Once again, like, he's one of the better offensive point guards in the game. It's really nice that he's not cheap necessarily, but he's at least semi-affordable, you know, for the average player that puts a lot of time into this game. Yeah, I mean, he's got elite dribble moves. Stephen Curry release on very quick. Stephen Curry every single sig, which is fine. Obviously, he's got the Curry escape. 6'3", catch and shoot corner specialist, ankle breaker. Pretty much all of his badges are going to be outside of like clamps, pickpocket, and interceptor are going to be all shooting and dribbling, which is what you'd expect from a Steph Curry at this point. Look, the reality of the situation is this card is fantastic. He has 97 perimeter defense, 97 lat, 97 pass per sub, 98 steal. Interior defense is simply the only reason that people are going to go buy the invincible Steph Curry. That's it. I mean, everything else is basically invincible level, right? Yeah, he's going to be lacking some defensive badges for sure, and some badges in general, I guess. Like, he doesn't have rim protector and like brick wall and stuff, but like, does it really matter? He does need limitless takeoff though, because he does have an 80 driving dunk, so we can get up there. But this card is fantastic. Anybody who's a big Steph fan, this is going to be a must pick up, and you know, he's roughly about 80K right now, which I think is a really nice deal. So that's cool. Then we got Invincible Steph, and I'm not kidding when I say there's really no difference between those two cards. Obviously, there's a Hoff badge difference, but I mean, realistically, you're paying for the interior defense and the rim protector. Like, those are the two things you're really paying for. Like, yeah, he's got every badge basically on Hoff, but like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, he doesn't even have rim protector. Like, rim protector is the one badge that this card doesn't have. So you're basically just paying for the 97 interior defense, essentially, is what you're paying for. I mean, because everything else is like 1, you know, instead of having 98 stuff, he's got 99, you know. So I don't know. I don't really think it's worth spending $1 million MT for Invincible Steph, but if you're a big Steph fan, you know, do what the heart desires. You know what I mean? Follow your heart and stuff. Go do it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Also, look at him. He looks like he's staring deep into your soul as well. He actually looks like he's like doing some sort of mind trick or some sort of power on the other stuff. Interesting. I want to know, this isn't going to affect Penny's price. I mean, Penny's definitely cheaper, but that really has to do with outside factors that really have nothing to do with it, you know? Scottie Pippen needs to come down in price ASAP. Speaking of which, you know what? I spoke the Invincible Steph on a Tuesday into existence, so I'm thinking that my prediction video might be pretty correct. I don't know. I'm really going to speak that point guard Terry Dissinger into existence. If that's correct, I need to go buy lottery tickets. I need to go play the lotto or something, because my luck has been ridiculous over the past couple weeks, man. I need to go do something outside of 2K to like check that out. T-Mac would be the other one that I think is likely this weekend, but it remains to be seen if that's completely accurate or not, but we'll see. That being said, are Curry shoes expensive at the moment? I'm not sure if they are. It's always weird when it comes to Currys. Like, I mean, they're up a little bit in price, but not by not by much. Not by enough that I would say you need to go invest in these. I mean, the card's basically 99 everything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I will say invest in some New Balances because we are absolutely getting a Kawhi soon. Like, no question about it. I mean, it's pretty much been leaked, so it's not really speculation at this point. When we're actually going to see a Kawhi, I talked about it in the prediction video. A point guard Kawhi wouldn't be completely out of the question either, so it's not a terrible idea to, you know, invest in some New Balance shoes. But yeah, hey, that's just me, your friendly neighborhood market guy, Cheap Ludes, right? As always, it's been your boy, Cheap Ludes. I know, two times in 2 minutes. You know how it is. I'm only going to do one outro today. You know, I'm going to try to limit it to one outro per video since usually I'm at an average of about 6. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But drop a like on this video, dude. I'm also guilty of never liking videos, but I'm trying to be better, and you should also try to be better by liking this video and helping your boy out in the algorithm or whatever. I hate to be that YouTube guy that does the whole give me a like spiel, but like I understand why people do it. It's effective. You know, it is what it is. Every like just helps me get closer and closer to my dream of being able to supply the United States with mids again. So, you know, don't you want that for your children? Peace.